Nerd Vengers, what is up, and welcome to another morning stream here at the Den of Nerds Live. Oh baby, it's been a crazy nerdy week, so there's a bunch of different stuff that we want to talk about today, take you through the nerdy things that happened throughout the week, but we're definitely going to be focusing on a big story that broke yesterday that we didn't even really get a chance to fully discuss and talk about on any of the programming that we did yesterday here at the channel and on the main channel, but it's all about a Wakanda TV show? What is the freaking deal with a Wakanda TV show? What could be going on with that? We're going to get into that in just a moment. Want to remind everybody, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the regular Den of Nerds channel. We're doing a ton of content on both channels, and we will be doing 2 streams a day over here on the Den of Nerds Live, talking about all the crazy nerdy things that are going on in the world, so make sure you're looking out for that. Nerd Vengers, make sure you come on by tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Nerd Vengers behind the scenes stream. Those streams are always juicy, but I got some cool stuff I want to show you tomorrow. I think it's going to be a really fun stream. Okay, let's get right into the dealies and the dallies. Let's talk about what's going on here. We're looking at a report over on Collider. Says here, Black Panther TV series. Diana Guerrera to reprise role as Okoye. I think it's Okoye on Disney Plus. Please forgive just every mistake I fucking make today because, yeah, we did watch Bad Batch last night. I'm barely awake. Let's get this coffee going. By the way, I don't even remember what happened in that Bad Batch episode. All right, so check this out. This is from Jeff Snyder. Says, get ready to see a whole lot more of Diana Guerrera in the MCU, as an actress has closed the deal to reprise her role as Okoye in the upcoming Black Panther spin-off series coming to Disney Plus, as well as Ryan Coogler's upcoming sequel, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The hot casting news was first tipped by The Hollywood Reporter in a list of top entertainment attorneys, though Collider has since confirmed it with sources close to the project. Representatives for Disney and Marvel had no comment. So this had to do with like lawyers or something. They slipped up and basically said that she'll be in I believe they called it an origin series. I actually do want to click on that article in a second here. It says here, the untitled Black Panther TV series, which will be set in the Kingdom of Wakanda, hails from Coogler's Proximity Media banner. You'll recall he brokered a huge deal with Disney, I think it was a couple of months ago now. Plot details remain under wraps, but the ancient high-tech society provides fertile ground for a scripted series, and though it's unclear who will be joining, Okoye on the show is a great start. And then they have some quotes going on over here about Coogler and about, obviously losing Chadwick Boseman and how horrible that would be. Man, what the heck kind of article? What the All right, so I have no idea how this was tipped off in this list of lawyers over here. But I tell you, the last thing I want to do is go in there and try to find it, okay? So, pretty interesting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That is kind of the news. Now, let me just kind of put some context on this and talk to you about kind of where my head is at with this and why I think it's so freaking cool and what the possibilities of this could be, okay? Wakanda, I think, obviously, was set to play a huge role in the MCU's plans moving forward. And I think that that's still pretty much on the table. I think that the massive deal that Coogler signed, I think a lot of the plans that they had, the way that Wakanda was utilized in both Infinity War and Endgame, I think it just makes sense, right? It makes sense that Wakanda would be a large part of the MCU moving forward. We're going into crazy multiverse stuff. Wakanda has a bunch of insane tech. They're one of the reasons that Earth is even formidable. You know what I mean? At least in the Infinity Saga moving back, that the Earth is even formidable among other threats out there in the universe, right? So, you get Okoye, and she's doing a solo series for Wakanda. We're getting Wakanda Forever, which is seemingly the sequel to Black Panther 2, or sequel to Black Panther 2, the sequel to Black Panther. Chad is gone, but we think Black Panther will still remain. There will be a new Black Panther. There could be many different ways by which Marvel gets there. We've heard that the way in which they want to handle Chad's passing is respectful, but we've also heard that, people like Martin Friedman, he, while reading with Coogler for his part, has described it as odd and weird and even cast some doubt that the film will be able to live up to the first film. Okay, some people say he's speaking tongue-in-cheek. Some people say, whatever. He did say it. He talked about how it's odd and it's weird. We've also gotten weird comments from Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o. There's been a lot of at least interesting things said that you can sort of latch onto and be like, I don't know, what does this mean? What could this mean? What's going on over there with friggin' Black Panther 2 and Wakanda? To me, just simply the fact that there is going to be a Wakanda Disney Plus series is dope. It means that whatever they figured out for Chad and for the Wakanda Forever film, it at least is playing with executives, with Coogler, with other people involved, talent, etc., etc. It's a good sign. You know what I mean? That is in and of itself a good sign. But you know what else it kind of made me think of? And I actually saw, I think it was Skylar Schuler or somebody else on Twitter talking about this. And I don't know why we never thought about this. At least I never really considered it as a possibility. What about Okoye as Black Panther? What if she took the mantle of Black Panther? And as I started to think about it, I was like, man, that could be awesome. You know what I mean? She to me would be one of the sort of peripheral characters that I'd actually fully accept as coming in and taking the Black Panther role. What do you guys think? What do the Nerd Vengers think about that? Let me know. Yes or no. Would you be down with Okoye taking the mantle of Black Panther? What do you think? Would you be down? Yes or no? You let me know in the chat. You let me know. Again, I think I'd be down. Bruce says, I've been saying it for months. Right on. Some people were a hard pass. On the fence. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. So it's split, but there seems like there's a lot of positivity. Okay. Everybody, one more thing that I want to get your feedback on. If it had to be, if your only two choices were Shuri or Okoye, which one would you pick? Put it into the chat. If it's Shuri or Okoye, if those are the only two choices, which one are you going to pick? You tell me. Tell me in the chat. Type the name out. Type the name out. Is it going to be Okoye or is it going to be Shuri? You tell me. You know, the other thing that it made me think of, and I can't help it, ladies and gentlemen, I can't help it. It made me think of this, man. The possibility of doom or some of the political intrigue and machinations that may well play off or pay off in Wakanda Forever or be rolling out past that. Because at this point, it seems like there's so many. Look at this. It's still split. This is wild to me. This is wild to me. There's a lot of Okoye, but I don't know. There's plenty of Shuri lovers too. There's plenty of people that love Shuri to be Black Panther. I love Shuri as a character. I just don't see her as Black Panther, to be completely honest with you. But do you see kind of the tricky situation that they are in? Do you see the tricky situation? Because there's so many mixed feelings about how to handle this. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of pressure. I still think Black Panther inevitably will need to be recast. It's very possible. It's very possible that they would be recast. in the future, or do something multiversal, or bring in something weird like that. That's also possible. Here's what I was going to say. The series itself, doing a Disney Plus series, we had also heard there could be a Doctor Doom solo Disney Plus series. Armor Wars, I think, is going to be setting up a lot of like ground level machinations and showing us a little bit more of like the intrigue about what's going on the planet via like other countries, Thunderbolts, things like that, right? So is it possible that the solo Wakanda series will really focus on Wakanda's international dealings and some of the things and challenges that they are facing and that are going on in the world that they're trying to handle? I think that could be really cool. I guess what I'm saying is, like, if Wakanda, I feel like the way they're going to take Wakanda Forever is a large diplomatic, international kind of political move. I think they're going to adopt Doom Wars. I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to adapt Doom Wars, I feel, and have that intertwined with, obviously, the legacy of Black Panther being on the table. And if T'Challa dies in the film, which at this point it kind of seems like he's going to, like the way they keep talking about it, it definitely seems like he'll die in the movie, or maybe like he's going to die, right? And they know he's going to die or something, and then it's all about who's going to take over. It really reminds me of Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? Like, Wakanda is a very powerful country on the planet, especially post-Blip, right? Very powerful. So how the world thinks Wakanda should use its power is going to be very interesting. And how does Wakanda relate to the rest of the world and the world's desires and wants for what Wakanda could do with that power? You know what I mean? It's pretty interesting. And I think the show could do a great job of getting into some very interesting threads that you could explore in a little bit more of a sprawling formula that then could be paid off succinctly in the film. I guess what I'm saying is I'm leaning towards the hope that the show could come before the movie. To me, that would be sick. Like, to me, that would be great. It would help. It would add in all of these interesting things that you could have even more sort of fun in the film with and have more context with. So, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Nonetheless, it looks like it's a real story. A lot of people are covering it, corroborating it. Seems to be totally legit. Making a Wakanda show, ladies and gentle beings. And then let's see here. Oh, I know we had a new member and I lost it. I'm so sorry. Let's see here. TIE Fighter, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers with your blue badge. Welcome back. Do we have any other ones? I'll have to look back in there. We'll save Q&A a little bit for the back end of the stream. Guys, it's going to be super casual today. So we'll get into Q&A very, very soon here. By the way, smash the like button, guys. We only have 80 likes on this video. I should probably just walk away from the stream right now for 80 likes. Like, guys, I don't know what's going on with y'all, but like, if we don't get those likes up, like, in fact, don't get the likes up, because I didn't get a lot of sleep. So we're going to call it there, guys. We're going to call it there. Nice, short, sweet stream just talking about Wakanda TV show confirmed. That's going to do it for us here at the Den of Nerds. Apparently, we're chopped liver. Apparently, nobody gives a shit that I stayed up and did a freaking watch party with everybody. And then I somehow found, well, let's face it, the coffee, to be able to get on here and do another morning stream. Cool. See y'all later. Hope you guys have a good day. Hey, enjoy the long weekend. And you know what? Since there was not enough likes on today's stream, we're not doing a Memorial Day stream either. So I'll see you all Tuesday. Jeez. 50 more likes. That's all we got. Jeez. Now I'm like legitimately dejected. I was kidding before. Now I'm actually legitimately dejected. If I hadn't printed so many attendees on my stocks this morning, I don't even know what I'd be doing. How many of you guys remember the stream where I actually did get mad and walk out early? How many of you guys were there? When I actually was like, see ya. That was a wild stream, dude. That was fun. All right, let's see what else is going on in the world. I'm not going away. I'm not fucking leaving. But I do want to pull up this here. This here dilly dally. Let's just see what's going on. Let's look on the old Reddits. Let's look on the old Twitters. Then we'll do like 20 minutes of Q&A, and then we'll call it a day. Then they'll call it a day. All right, let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, this is kind of fun. Sony Pictures Australia. Sony Pictures Vietnam. Sony Pictures Cambodia changed YouTube covers to No Way Home. Once again, just another little sign that we are indeed headed towards more Spider-Man No Way Home promotion. Official promotion. By the way, this thing was such fake news, dude. This was such fake news. Like, if you read this article, he doesn't say anything like that. He's talking about how, like, maybe originally he had said that, and then that's where all the rumors started, and that's why it all got crazy. There's no indication that he's actually doing it here. Yeah. So anyways, people got way too hyped up on that. Total Film Magazine. Okay, so this is kind of funny. Total Film, there was a lot of talk about Total Film and their big spread on a bunch of different Marvel projects, okay? They had a big spread coming out for Marvel projects. There was a lot of discussion about the Spider-Man No Way Home dealy-dally that would be in here. A lot of discussion about it. And then people started saying, oh, there's not going to be any photos. Don't get too excited, blah, blah, blah. There's, like, really nothing here, dude. Like, here's the description that's given in the magazine for their massive spread that's supposed to be the biggest freaking deal ever, right? Okay, here's what it is. Let me move it a little bit so you guys can see it. Spider-Man No Way Home, director John Watts, starring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jamie Foxx, ETA 17. Look, it says Jamie Foxx up there, and then it later says to be rumored. Okay, after a lot of legal wrestling between Sony and Marvel, Tom Holland is finally back in the MCU for his third solo outing. Past life baddies Electro and Dr. Octopus, Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina, are rumored to return to a bigger, broader Spider-Verse that's now reeling from Peter Parker's recent unmasking. Interesting, but not the droid we were looking for. Let's see if there's anything juicy in here. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse Man, Sam Raimi, Benedict Cumberbatch. Doctor Strange is still messing with the Time Stone. Wanda is still messing with the Darkhold. And Sam Raimi has taken over directing duties from Scott Derrickson. In other words, we should expect anything and everything in the Multiverse of Madness. One word, according to Elizabeth Olsen, it's bonkers. Bonkers indeed. I'll tell you what's bonkers is this freaking spread that you just did. Total Film. More like total bullcrap. Am I right? Am I right, though? Am I right? Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what else is going on here. Deadline seemingly confirms that Okoye Origin spin-off series and the Wakanda series are different projects. What? So they're saying that there's going to be multiple Wakanda television shows. They're kind of hinting at. It would not come as a shock as Guerrero would also star in the Wakanda series with Coogler is developing for Disney Plus. We first told you about. But then that Collider article. Okay, no, it doesn't say that. People on Reddit are so weird, dude. It doesn't say that. Let's see here. Marvel Disney Plus. Okay, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. Thor dressing like straight out of the 80s, man. Straight out of the 80s. Having a blast, looking good. Thor: Love and Thunder gonna be a wild one, man. Gonna be juicy. Yeah, so here it is right here. Probably gonna be a montage of him getting back into shape. We talked about that, man. Who doesn't love a good, 80s inspired action sequence, right? A training sequence, right? A Rocky kind of thing. And you know what? Fuck it. If they get the music, get Eye of the Tiger or something, man. That would be juicy. That would be juicy. This was kind of interesting. We didn't get to talk about this yesterday, but Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool 3, was kind of suggesting that as long as Ryan's involved, it doesn't actually need to be R-rated, which sort of stirred up a bunch of controversy. There's a lot of people in the Deadpool fan base, I guess, that are upset that Disney could Disneyfy Deadpool and not have it be R-rated. Bob Iger had originally said they could totally do it in the R rating as long as the, sort of subscribers on Disney Plus or the people in general that were watching it were aware that it was different, that it was more mature, for the sort of Disney branding. But it doesn't necessarily have to be rated R. And I'll be honest with you, some of the stuff in the Deadpool movies, the fortuitous violence, it's alright, but it's not really, it doesn't really add that much. You know what I mean? To me, it does not necessarily add that much to the film overall. As opposed to like a show like Invincible, which frankly does add a lot with its violence. Like the way that it uses violence is just way better. Let's watch this new spot that came out yesterday's. Little Loki spot. I think it's kind of fun.
You're in a lot of trouble. What do you want from me? Come on, sit down. Our timeline is in chaos. And you need the god of mischief to help.
Loki is unpredictable.
I know what I am. Good.
It's gonna be dope, dude.
Bit of both.
Good, bad, a bit of both, Bit of turtleneck and two. People loving the turtleneck. The internet's so funny with the ways and the things that it latches onto, but turtleneck Loki and him getting slapped seem to be something that people really picked up on. This show is going to be very hyped, guys. This is the one that's going to sort of bring the hype full circle back and just get us all really, really excited about the future of the MCU. The future, as it were. Yeah, super fun. Super fun. See if there's anything else worth talking about out here on these interwebs. And then we'll just get into Q&A, guys. See what else is going on. Oh, yeah, it is Nia DaCosta on Captain Marvel 2. That's going to be really interesting. Blah, 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 blah. Yep, I think that's pretty much all we're going to talk about in Marvel Land. I don't really think there's much else going on, guys. So we'll just go ahead and get into Q&A. We'll hang out super casual for like 20 more minutes, and then we're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day, and we're going to call it a week. Because, man, oh, man, it's been a pretty exciting week, man. A lot of freaking news. Holy crap, I just want to say right off the bat, Cody Collins, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, baby. You are a Nerd Venger now. Jedi Jen with a very generous $50 hauler. I'm just going to address this right away. It says, thank you, everyone, for the birthday wishes. I love this community so much. Bad Batch was formulaic but fun. Give me all the Star Wars and Marvel goodness. Hey, happy birthday to you, Jedi Jen. I'm glad everybody at the Nerd Vengers was wishing you well. That's pretty freaking awesome, and also very generous super chat. Thank you so much, and supports us over here, so thank you. And the community loves you right back. Now, as far as Bad Batch, it was fun. We had a lot of fun last night watching the episode. I can't sit here and deny it and say like, oh, everybody that has a problem with Bad Batch is crazy, or everybody that's like, I don't know about Bad Batch, or Bad Batch sucks. They might have a point in some ways. It's not like, it's definitely not popping the way you might expect, Dave Filoni Star Wars or animated Star Wars under his sort of purview to be popping. I still think it's really fun, and the animation is super high quality. And for whatever reason, I sort of said this last night, for whatever reason, with this show, I am actually able to lower my expectations. I know. Crazy. But yeah, we were able to do that. We lowered the expectations, and I've been just having fun, man. Like, Omega, she's all right, you know? Holy crap, will Crosshairs please come back to the show? And without saying any spoilers, like, Dave is low-key savage for that last episode. He's connecting things in a way that's super dope. This is the juice that we love. This is why he's the new executive creative director. Because he's like, he probably looked over at the story group, and he was like, you know what? No! And he started slapping up them boys. He's like, you don't know what the fuck you're doing about it. Slapping them up, because now we're getting, like, I don't want to spoil the stuff that was in this last episode. But there's some fun stuff there that ties to OG trilogy, ties to Book of Boba. Holy cow! What a great through line. What great connective tissue. That's right, I said it. Add it to your bingo cards. Connective tissue. So I agree with you, Jedi Jen. It's fun. It's fun. Okay, let me get into the Q&A. Oh wow, did it work? Yo, I think... nah, probably not. Let me double check here. I was going to say, I think YouTube finally fixed that glitch, and now I can actually access all the super chats from other, but I don't trust it, so I'm going to go into the back end of the Tubes channel, and we'll make certain. Okay, hang on. Let's get in here. Me, myself, and I, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Let's see here. Lou Penito, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. Rejoined. Adrian Carrera, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. You rejoined. TIE Fighter, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Nerdtacular, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. And yeah, I think that's it on the new members, guys. Thank you so much, Nerd Venger members. Make sure you're coming on by for the stream tomorrow at 2 p.m. But if you're a Prime member, guys, we are going to stream today at 3. We're going to go over things that are going on with the channels. There's some good stuff. There's some bad stuff. It's always a mixed bag. But I want to talk to you about what is happening, what I see in the data, some of the moves we're going to make. If you're a Prime member, we talk a lot more about the behind the scenes of the business and the YouTube channel itself. Well, both channels behind the scenes over there. Always really fun. Now let's get into these supers here. And I want to see something here. What the heck? Okay, I think we're good here. Okay, so Krim says, I like her, but the character has been pigeonholed. Yeah, in some ways, for sure. I like her a lot, but they could bring more depth to her, certainly, in a full-on Disney Plus series, you know what I mean? So, that'd be cool. Thank you, Krim. Matthew K says, with a $5 holla, I personally would be disappointed with anyone other than Michael B. Jordan redemption arc, ending with him as the new Black Panther. I really like that one, Matthew. I like it. That's the one I'm a fan of as well. Getting Eric Killmonger back into the fold, either resurrecting him or maybe T'Challa just brought him back anyways. I mean, they have the technology, dude. I know in the honorable sense, he died out there, you know, staring off into the ocean or whatever. But there's nothing that's, I mean, it's comic books, first of all, so nobody stays dead. But on top of that, definitely a massive opportunity there to take that moment and add some sort of retconning to it to bring him back to life. I do think that would be great. According to the Sokovian, Krim again says, MCU thoughts, Kraven is Sokovian, connected to Wanda by multiverse. Sis died when young. Okay, cool. Shuri steps up, learns to be Black Panther. Okoye takes a crack but steps back. That's kind of interesting. So Okoye would try, maybe be looked at as a potential candidate for the throne and the mantle. Because you got to understand, there's two things going on here. The kingdom and the Black Panther. They're not always the same. Like, when we first meet T'Challa, he's the Black Panther, but his father is king. His father is not Black Panther at that point. He is Black Panther. So he's passed on the mantle of warrior, the lead warrior of Wakanda, to his son, but he hasn't passed on the throne. So that's why he says, now, thanks to your friend, I am both warrior and king. You know what I'm saying? So one must wonder, are they going to have separate people take over? Like, what if Shuri becomes the ruler, but Okoye becomes the Black Panther and the Warrior. Kind of makes sense to me, but again, I do like the Michael B. Jordan arc as well. According to the Sokovian, MCU thoughts. Oh, sorry, no. So let's talk about the other stuff that you put in here. Wanda by the multiverse. Sister, he was young. Kraven is Sokovian. Yeah. Kraven being Sokovian would make a lot of sense, but also it's a little too on the nose for me with him literally being her Sokovian brother. I don't like a multiverse connection to that, and I've heard that that's not the case. Skirt Cobain says with a $5 holla, what's good, Nerd Vengers? What's oh, jeez. Wakanda series or bust. Amen, brother. I'm excited. I'm excited about it. T-Love, a.k.a. Silver Lurker, says, you're such a liar. I want my money back. I don't know what I lied about, but I would also tell you that I would never lie to you. And that if you want your money back, you have to send a $1,000 super chat in so that we have the processing fees to be able to give you back your money back. So if you give us a $1,000 super chat, T-Love, we'll start to work on that process for you. Again, Jedi Jen with a very generous $50 holler. Thank you so much, Jen, and happy birthday to you. According to the Scovian again, says Shuri may not be convincing fighter, but is willing. Perhaps hesitant at first, and Okoye tries and fails. Shuri realizes. She steps up, but relied too much on tricks. Finds her way. Okay, I'm digging it. Krim's definitely going there with the, Krim is going there with the theories, man. She's not convincing but willing. So I would say that if they sold me personally on her ability as a warrior or her will to become a great warrior, I'm in. Like if her brother dies and she's like, that's it, and she becomes like a Batman type character where she's like, she uses the trauma to fuel her training and focus, I'm into it. The real Jesse Lee Reed with a very generous $5 says, bro, After Dark was lit last night. I hope Star Wars Theory was watching. Al and Lavis are fire sometimes. They're fire quite often, actually. Love those guys. And love the content that they create together. Shiloh says, give us 80s montage of Josh getting jacked in the gym. And what's your weight goal? P.S. Give me the Josh Riddler NFT. Take my money. We'll think about it. We're thinking about that. And we could do an 80s montage or something like that of getting in. What's my weight goal? I would be happy. I mean, I'd probably be happy if at the end of the year I was at like a $175, like a lean 175. I haven't really weighed myself in a while, but I'm probably at like a $165 right now. And if I am heavier than that, it's not all muscle. You know what I'm saying? So I need to slim down a little and then get to, I'd say that would be good for me. 175, 180. I think the biggest I ever was, I used to, when I was in high school, I was pretty big. I played football and ate a lot, and it was easier to put on weight back then, you know what I mean? So when I was in high school, at one point, I think I was 225. 225 was, I think, my max weight. But, yeah. Emojo says, Spider plus Venom team up versus Carnage. By the way, it's Emo Joe. Fuck. Sorry, Emo Joe. Hey, Emo Joe. Emo Joe. Anyway. Spidey and Venom teaming up against Carnage. That'd be really cool. I guess the big mystery is, what Spider-Man? Emo Joe. God, you're so emo about this. What Spider-Man would be teaming up with Venom? You know what I mean? Is it Andrew? Is it Tobey? Is it Miles? Is it a new Spider-Man? Is it Spider-Man 2099? I don't know. Jennifer Coyne with a $10 holla says, give me nerd coin and take my money. Of course, Jennifer. Of course. Your wish is my command. John Van Gelderen Jr. says, who would win, Superman versus Utopian versus Homelands versus Omni-Man? Whew! Dang. That's a crazy little combo. Well, first of all, Homelander and Utopian. So I don't know enough about Utopian to know this for sure. But Homelander, he's like a fake Superman. He was made like chemically, right? So to me, there's just no way that like V, compound V and all those chemicals and everything are going to create a superhero that could reach the ridiculous levels that Superman could reach. Superman can do insane stuff. Like, can Homelander go fly into the sun? I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, can Homelander fly so fast that he could potentially beat the Flash? I don't think so. I don't. Omni-Man, I don't know enough about, but I would say Omni-Man's probably a little bit stronger than Homelander. Probably just being a Viltrumite comes with more of an inherent strength and savagery that Homelander wouldn't have. I mean, Homelander's kind of a whiny little baby back bitch. That's part of the point of the show, is that he was never developed properly, so he's adolescent in many ways. You know what I mean? So I think Homelander gets whooped on by all of them, but I still think it'd probably be Superman that takes the day. Don't know enough about Utopian, but I imagine the Utopian power also granted by sort of an externality. It's not the same as Superman. Jordan Smith says, you see the Book of Boba t-shirts with Grogu on them? What? Shut the front door, Jordan. You shut the front door. Also, why do shows need code name? Boba is Buccaneer, supposedly. So they get a working title name, and this is just to avoid paparazzi and journos and people like us being like, holy shit, what's going on? I mean, we all find out anyways, but think about this. If you're in your hometown or whatever, and you're not super into the internet culture, or you're not like watching the Den of Nerds live, which, I mean, come on, why wouldn't you be watching the Den of Nerds live? What else are you doing with your life? Fucking up, that's what. If you're just like a normie and Buccaneer Bob's show is coming in to film some scenes in the show and that's what's going on or whatever, you're like, oh, okay, cool. But if it's like Boba Fett's Star Wars show, everybody's going to know what's going on. And it's just going to have the information matriculate out there way faster. So I think that's pretty much the reason they still do it. Pretty much think that's the reason. That's what's going on, as it were. All right, let's see here. Joey LK with a very generous $25 holla. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate the love. Says, what if the Eternals knew about Apocalypse and used their powers to suppress the mutant gene throughout human history? The Infinity War snaps broke the suppression, and that's why they need to get involved now. Okay, very cool. I love theories like this. I love sort of getting the creative juices going and trying to tackle into it. I think there's a couple of problems with the theories, and here's one of them. I think it could be possible that one of the Eternals, maybe Ajax, but one of the Eternals could be making decisions like that and could be suppressing things and doing things like that. That could be the case. The Infinity War snap broke the suppression, and that's why they need to get involved now. I think the snap being attached to something with regards to mutants, just simply through the radiation or through something cool like this, is totally awesome. But that is not why they're going to need to get involved now. I think the reason they're going to be getting involved now is going to be because of the deviants. It's also possible they feel a little guilty about the Thanos thing. What if they're like, we really screwed the pooch on that Thanos thing? That kind of sucks. That's possible. And it's also possible that perhaps the snap and that breaks the spell that could be under the Eternals could be under, where they didn't even think they were Eternals, right? So I've heard this speculated a lot, and this could be really fun. If the Eternals didn't even know they were Eternals, like Ajax might have been aware, but she might have a spell placed all over them, or Sprite may have a spell placed over them that is meant to hide their own identity from them so that they can more easily blend in. And then maybe either Sprite or Ajax can remove that in a time of crisis. Well, it's possible that spell gets broken because of the blip or something, and then the Eternals are like, what happened? And it's all crazy and weird or something like that. So that could be really fun. I also love the idea of Apocalypse in general being in Eternals, and I'd love to see it, but I'm not holding my breath for it. I'm just not holding my breath for it. That movie's going to be really cool, but I don't think the film's going to have as many connections to what's coming in the future as you might think. I think it's going to have more connections to the past. But that's just my impression of it. But again, Joey, thank you for the support. John Van Gelderen Jr. says, we are definitely running out of trailer footage for Bad Batch. I say we got 2 more episodes of trailer footage. Yeah, that's probably true. I know a lot of people last night in the middle of the episode were like, I think Rex is going to show up, or I think this is going to happen, or this, that, second, and the third. And it didn't. Spoilers, I guess. But that's all right. You know what I mean? That's all right as well. So I think what many people are hoping for or desiring is to get out of the villain or I guess RPG side quest of the week kind of formula for the show. And I don't know what to tell you. That seems to be the formula, and it's going to be there the whole time, I think, until we get into some juicy stuff. So again, my expectations have been pulled back a little bit. I'm enjoying Bad Batch for what it is. But, yeah, John, that's a great point. We're out of trailer footage, so now we're going to be, hopefully, I think what John's saying is crazy stuff could be happening after that, you know? Music Guy with the $10 holla says, yo, Josh, maybe Kevin Bacon as Norman? Whoa. He lives in New York? Whoa. Played Sebastian Shaw and got name dropped in Endgame. Thoughts? Whoa, what a great theory. What a great theory. Okay, so if you don't know what this guy's referring to, and this is a rumor, I believe, put out by the hashtag show, which is reputable, not perfect, but reputable, and, you know, I would say on the 80th percentile, in the 80th percentile of scoopers, not top tier, but definitely not horrible. They had put out a report that we were getting a new Norman Osborn for the MCU, and that Marvel has approached an actor. They know who it is, but they can't reveal it. And the teases were a prominent New Yorker who has had past dealings with Marvel. So Kevin Bacon could absolutely do that. Guys, let me know in the chat. I want to peek back at the chat for a second here. Y'all let me know right now. Let me know right meow. Would Kevin Bacon be all right as Norman Osborn? Yes or no? Would you like Kevin Bacon for Norman Osborn? Yes or no? Yes or no? Let me know. Also, Luster Lynn, welcome to the Nerdvengers. You are a Nerdvenger now. You picked a good time to do it. A lot of juicy stuff we're going to be going over on the weekend. And hopefully by Monday, knock on wood, hopefully by Monday, the full tower will reopen here at the Den of Nerds. I can't wait to open the full tower. We might be doing a barbecue live. We might be cracking a few drinks. So. A lot of love for Kevin Bacon as Norman in the chat. I agree. I think it's good. I like that. Yeah, that was great, man. Music Guy, well done. Well done. You set the whole stream on a tangent. Greg Kish with the $5 house says, thank you for consistent quality content. Always enjoyable and informative. Happy holiday weekend to you and all the Nerdvengers. Peace and take my money. Damn, dog. So nice. What a love fest in here. Thank you, Greg Kish. I really do appreciate that. The whole team's working hard. We're in a weird cycle because we're throwing a lot. We're throwing a lot at you guys. We're throwing a lot at the team. We're throwing a lot at the algo. I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to figure out the best way forward for us as a brand and a business. But at the end of the day, we're anchored in the community and this good-ass nerdy content, man. We're just coming out here and nerding out together. That's what it's about, getting hyped up about this nerdy shit, man. That's the core, and that core is not going away. So we appreciate the love, the support, and the patience as we work towards figuring out some of these new situations that we're working on here. T-Love, a.k.a. the Silver Lurker, gives another $1. No message, though. I don't understand. Felicity says, for real, Star Wars got me feeling some type of way right now. My Star Wars hubby been treating me like shit, and I'm going to Jamaica with my girls to meet Dexter Street so I get my groove back. Oh, man. Hey, You got to do what you got to do, Felicity. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to take care of yourself out there, you know? Because Star Wars, unreliable in some ways, you know what I mean? Unreliable. Big Stevie W says, $1.75. I haven't seen $1.75 since I was 15. Yeah, but that's because you're 11 feet tall, Steve. If you guys didn't know, we have a resident giant here. And actually, Eddie is a giant as well. So if ever Eddie and Steve are both at a Comic-Con with us, I'm going to have them like hanging with me so that everybody just knows what's up. You know? The two 11 feet tall dudes and then me. So nobody will come mess with us. You know what I mean? Stevie. Yeah, man. Neymon says, what happens after Phase 4 ends? Oh, my goodness. A lot of burping. Sorry. What happens when Phase 4 ends? I mean, there's some people saying there's not even going to be phases anymore, which I find kind of interesting. I don't know if that's really what's going to happen. I feel like they could still do phases. But I do think that Phase 4 is longer than we were first told about back in 2019. I've been pretty consistent on my feelings about that since then. What happens after Phase 4? I mean, I would say probably Phase 5, moving into Avengers versus X-Men stuff, you know? It depends on how fast they want to do Secret Wars. And what does that exactly look like? It definitely seems like they're doing weird multiverse stuff, which again just leads me to believe that it is headed towards a Secret Wars or a Heroes Reborn / Secret Wars hybrid type story. It just makes sense. I think they could do something bold like that. Because if you think about it, guys, Infinity War and Endgame are so bold in the sense that you're going to culminate your Avengers franchise in a film where they lose, and then you put a post-apocalyptic world up and do a 5-year time gap. And then you're not going to do that. You're going to bring people back, but you're still going to have the blip be a thing. It doesn't just get undone. It's going to affect the Marvel Universe until it doesn't, right? That's bold. Like, you say what you will about the formulaic aspects of the MCU, and they are many. But that shit was bold. So what do they do after Phase 4? I hope something bold again. I want them to do something very weird and with crazy ramifications for all the different characters. And I think right now we're seeing the establishment of all of the new players and crazy characters that are going to have to show up in Secret Wars. You know, the Russo brothers talked about how, you know, you've got like 80 heroes on camera at once in Infinity War and Endgame, and you're doing all this stuff. They said if you did Secret Wars and you did it right, it would make Endgame look like a small movie, you know? And you'd probably need more than 2. I've always said you should do a trilogy, Avengers Secret Wars Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, a trilogy that took place over 3 to 5 years. Whew! That's juicy, man. That is juicy. Juicy. Thank you, Jack. Appreciate the love. Axid says, what if Icarus was snapped and that's why she moves on? Whoa. Whoa. I kind of like that. Yo. That's kind of fun, man. Huh. Got some good thoughts. So Axid is referring to the love triangle between Cersei, Black Knight, and Icarus. Her and Icarus have been in love and been together for like thousands of years. And then Kit Harington shows up and she's like, I ain't got no time for you no more, Icarus. I ain't got no time for you. You ever watch Game of Thrones? I ain't got no time for you. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. But if Icarus was snapped away, it would make sense. It would make sense. Brad Moores with a $10 holla says, Bad Batch is following the same formula Clone Wars and Rebels did. Other than the experience of being starved for content, why are we surprised? I think that's a fair point, Brad. I think that's a fair point. It's like, this is what Star Wars has been doing. Even The Mandalorian has off the beaten path episodes, you know, filler episodes. It seems like that serialized vibe is definitely a thing with Star Wars. Why are people surprised right now? I think it's because we are starved for content. I think it's because I don't know. We just have high expectations, and in general, the Star Wars fan base was looking for Bad Batch to take us away from all the drama, all the confusion, and all the pain. I think that's really what it is. It was like we need it to be the dopest dope, so that then it's just that's what people are talking about is the dopest dope. And Star Wars is at a place where, I mean, let's just be real. Every video that YouTube channel puts out, other than Bad Batch, gets ratioed in ways that are like cringy painful. You know what I mean? Hey, look, I don't like to be a bearer of bad news or keep the vibe low or the energy low. I'm a high energy, like let's have fun, let's be real, let's joke about it, let's make light of it, let's nerd venge. You know what I mean? Let's do this nerd vengeance in these streets. That's what I'm about. But if you want to ignore the fact that Star Wars is still in a really bad place with its own fan base and that there's a huge swath of Star Wars fans not happy and even not only disengaged but re-engaged in a nothing but combative way, and you can't accept that part of that is on Lucasfilm, I don't know what to do for you. That's like ostrich in the hand kind of stuff. Ostrich in the hand? Ostrich in the sand. You know? So, Brad, I totally get what you're saying, but maybe it's all externalities. Maybe it's all of the peripheral stuff going on. Maybe Bad Batch, given the environment, given where Star Wars is at as a brand, maybe it is not good enough, you know, on the whole. It's good enough for me. But I'm not one of the people out there trashing it or having a problem. You see what I mean? According to this, Govan says, just heads up, Josh, YouTube doesn't let you send messages for $1. Oh, okay, so that's why there was no message there. Okay, right on. T-Love, if you were joking, it's all good, but if there's something seriously going on, you can always hit me up on the Discord. Okay, let's get into the chat. What y'all saying in the chat, man? We'll go for like 5 to 10 more minutes, guys, okay? All Josh does now is stream, and Josh says, hush your mouth when you're talking to me. I know, right? LOL, they ate together 4 generations. She ditched him after 5 years, which would be like 5 minutes for them. That's love for you, LOL, says Mike. Ooh, oh boy. But you might be right. I mean, Icarus might have legit... What if Icarus is just like... like she explains it to him or whatever. She's like, this is what happened. You were gone and all that stuff. And he just stares at her for a second and he goes, that's goddamn ridiculous. That's 5 years? 5 years? I've taken craps that lasted longer than 5 years. And then he's just like furious, you know what I mean? Oh, I missed your super chat. My bizzle Jack. Let me see if I can get... Oh, I see it right here now. What do you think the first Phase 5 movie is? Okay, gotcha. What would be the first Phase 5 movie? The Mutants, maybe? Wouldn't that be kind of fun? T-Love says, stop thinking so hard and just take my money. Bro, I know, right? I know, I'm always overthinking shit. My bad. I should have known it was all love, baby. Oh, shit, Just Fernie is a blue badge now. Welcome, you blue badge. Welcome. Speaking of Drax, Dave Bautista has been hella vocal lately, says John's Honest Takes. Yeah, brother, you're right. And it's interesting, right? Like, he's being respectful. But he's definitely, like, letting people know, like, I'm not really about that life, you know? I find it just fascinating, the changes that have happened in the industry and in Hollywood over the past 69 months and what it all... we still don't fully understand it. We're still not fully getting the picture of what the future will hold, you know? Yeah, it's interesting. Forcuscala Lopez says, Josh, Star Wars is not in a terrible place now, in my opinion. Lucasfilm is. Fair. That's a great distinction. That's a great distinction, man. Not really the same. I feel we can still talk about Star Wars despite Lucasfilm being terrible ways to approach us fans. I think that's a fair distinction. I don't think it can be a complete separation, though. You know, branding, I mean, unfortunately, look, this is what PR is, man. You know, it's like what Rocky says to the girl that's smoking in Rocky 1. He's like, you know, they don't remember you. They remember the rep. That's what it is, man. Like, the rep is the reality. The rep is the reality. That's what it is. Big Stevie says, I think Fantastic Four will start Phase 5. Hey, that's a fair point. Fantastic Four could be a great way to start Phase 5, but it just would seem so weird, right? Like Phase 5, Fantastic Four. Shouldn't Phase 4 be about the Fantastic Four? That would be a better fit for me. Let's see here. Baby Yoda's Escape Pod says, 2 in the bush is worth an ostrich in the hand. Woo! Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Matthew K says, think about like 40 years from now, I'll be tuning in for the morning stream. Nerd Vengeance for life. I know. 40 years from now, we will still be doing the morning stream. And I'll still be involved with the den. I don't know if I'll be as involved as I am now. And we could talk about that sometime because there's other like businesses and things that I want to grow and do. But I'll always be involved with the Den of Nerds. Always. You know what I mean? Some of the folks that are in the team right now, we're trying to potentially set them up to take more of a role if and when I would have to leave for another endeavor. You know what I mean? But I'm not going anywhere as far as still being active. I'm always going to be a nerd for life. I'm a nerd venger for life. And I'm always going to have a place in the tower. You know what I mean? But you might be tuning in for morning streams with some other personality and or alien or robot. I mean, who knows what the future will hold? 40 years is a long time. But of course, Matthew, of course the Den of Nerds shall last forever. We shall build this digital tower upon a digital rock. The rock of community. The rock of good content. The rock of giving a shit, which many other companies forget about. Slowmo1203 says, if you don't like Angry Josh, you are not a real Nerd Venger. I became a member because of Angry Josh. Thanks, Slowmo. I appreciate that. I mean, look, different strokes, different folks. Different strokes for different folks, so I get it. I get it. But, you know, some people don't like Angry Josh. That's okay. I do think that if you are a real Nerd Venger, you at least become accepting of Angry Josh. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say everybody has to. You know what I mean? Josh, I'm 6'5", 300 solid. Can I roll with y'all? Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Be rolling deep at these cons, man. Rolling deep at these cons with the Nerd Vengers. I actually can't wait. Can't wait. The scrolls are taking over. Yeah, I know, right? It'll be the Den of Candles in the next 5 years. Ryan Armelli says, yo, Angry Josh is the best. It's not Angry Josh. He's just grumpy, says Mike. Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Appreciate the support, man. Thank you. Appreciate the support. Have a great weekend, Nerd Vengers and Broke Vengers. Nerd Vengers for life, says Patrick Ray. Indeed. I missed the second super chat. All right, Jennifer, let me take a peek here. Oh, I see it. Okay. What if Phase 5 starts with Part 1 of Secret Wars? That would be sick. Yo, Jennifer, let me just say this. If they have the balls, if they have the cojones to, it's like slightly, it's a little outdated, that expression. Anyways, don't say that to Trinity. He's going to get triggered because I might not use an outdated expression anymore. Trinity's going to lose his freaking mind. Mama Trin. Anyway, if they had the gumption, you see, chat, there's ways to say the old thing. Yeah, anyway, if they had the gumption to do a whole phase of Secret Wars, of Battle World, of Elseworld, go deep, go big, go home, go crazy with it. Because this is what happened in the comic books. In the comic books, during Secret Wars, every book was a Battle World book. Everything had to do with Secret Wars. And there was a lot going on Battle World. I'm here for it. But I don't know. I don't know if that would work. I don't know if that would work. Darth Bayou, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Trinity says, soy Josh is funny. You see what I mean? You see what I have to deal with? You see what I have to deal with from these peoples? I hope Phase 5 starts with the new X-Men after the original team has gone missing, just like in the comics. Ooh, girl. That is a good idea. I like that. Was watching After Dark. That's why I'm late. All good, Fang to Tick. After Dark is one of my favorite programs as well. Passionate Josh, says Willem. Yeah, some people don't like passionate Josh. Oh man. Yeah. You know what else happened in the comics? No, Trinity, why don't you illuminate us? Educate us. When is that Spider-Man news dropping? Well, the Spider-Man stuff was pretty it was pretty much a letdown, bro. The Spider-Man news dropped in an expose, and it was lame. To me, it was a lame report. Not much there. We're going to do the nerdy news rundown, of course, later today. Still be checking it out, looking for whatever news happens throughout the day. Probably cover a little bit more of the Wakanda series, look into some details on that, see if anything breaks throughout the day, see if there's any, crazy stuff that pops off. After Dark was great yesterday. That's awesome. Yeah, I am 6 feet tall, Grand Admiral Dano, but we've got giants, man. We've got giants and massive nerd vengers here that will serve to intimidate all of the vendors at the Comic-Cons to give us better prices. Just kidding, we would never do that. All right, guys, I think we're going to call it there. Oh, Joker 2 says Just Fernie. Yeah, I don't know about that. Like I said, the first Joker movie has really grown on me. I was not the biggest fan of it initially when I saw it, but it's really grown on me. I like Joker. I would love to see Todd Phillips do some more fun stuff with that character and all that. But it's not my largest desire. You know what I mean? It's not. I'd rather them get their crap together with some of their other stuff. Figure out that Superman, John. You know what I mean? Figure out what you're doing over there. Figure out that ish over there. Yeah. Wait a minute. Luster Lynn says, at the beginning of Infinity War, Thanos destroys the ship that Thor and Loki are on. How did all the Asgardians get off that ship? Okay, so we don't see this happen on screen, Luster Lynn, but it is implied. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your factoid, Trinity. I'll scroll back. It is implied that Thanos brought them off the ship and slaughtered half of them. Yeah, brought them off the ship and slaughtered half of them, just like he usually does. Perfectly balanced, as all things are, right? Because half the Asgardians are still alive after that. So he likely invades, brings a lot of them off the ship, or brings half of them off the ship and then destroys the ship. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Something like that, I think, is what happened. Brad Moore says, After Dark yesterday was great. You can see the results of the work you guys are putting in. Yeah, dude, the team's clicking, man. The team's clicking. Y'all broke, Josh? Yeah, you did. You just broke me. Get over there, in Scorpion's voice. I don't, what the hell? All right, let's see. What did Trinity say? Wow, Josh made my junk. What if Phase 5 or 6 was all Battle World movies and led up to the final movie being the main secret? Yeah, dude, Jack, faux show. I love that ish. It's okay, Josh. They don't like passionate crim neither. That's true. That's true. The passion can be, Oh, yeah, Trinity talking about that. By the way, Trinity, that is actually completely... I mean, I know that, that triggered a lot of comic book fans, but as far as to the experience of what that's actually like in the real world, I hear it's on point. But also a little goddamn ridiculous considering some of the other things that were going on with him and mind reading and et cetera, et cetera. I get it. I get the complaints about it. Let's see here. Jack, I did read your thing briefly, but I'll read it again here. It says, wow, Josh, that made my junk. What if Phase 5 or 6 was all Battle World movies and it led up to the final movie being the main Secret Wars story? Yeah, dude, that would be dope. That would be incredible. You know what I mean? I'd be super into that. Super into that. Palantir's up 13% today. I sold my calls again for another 200% gain. My man, Michael. Well done, bro. Well done. I printed some tendies from AMC and GME earlier today myself. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, everybody, we're going to call it there. Thank you all so much for being here. Another fun week of morning streams. Again, if you're a Nerdventure member, try to come by tomorrow. We're going to be streaming live for just members at 2 p.m. We'll be going over a ton of different updates, just talking about what's going on the channel. Later today at 3 p.m., if you are a Prime member, try to stop by. We'll do a probably 45-minute stream at 3, talking about the things that are going right, the things that are going wrong for the channel, for the brand, for the business, and things that we're going to be doing moving forward. So, yeah, man, lots of cool stuff coming. As I always say, I hope you, Nerdventure, are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I will see you in the next video. Did everybody go? Is everybody gone? Can we talk about crazy rumor things? Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing for the crazy rumors. I'll be honest with you guys. Yeah, sorry, not a lot of juicy stuff to talk about in today's Stinger. I mean, it's been a good week, you know. Feeling good, you know. Getting back into the gym, you know. Getting some sun, you know. Printing them AMC tendies. I'll tell you this. Just pretty pumped about the stonks. And I'll tell you, too, there's, I think, another big rotation coming this weekend for crypto. So crypto could be rotating down. And if it indeed does rotate down in the way that some people think, I might have to take some of my trimmings and add them right back in. Right back in, you know? Yeah. I'll see some of you guys at 3, and I'll see the rest of you either in the next video or tomorrow for the Nerdventure stream. Y'all are too kind. Much love. See you soon.